Hello, good morning. Good morning, students. Welcome. I am very happy to welcome you to another performance task session. As you know, that learning cannot stop because we have still not yet done our performance task exam. And so I have prepared a little task for us to explore today, which will help us to continue to prepare for that national exam. All right, so ensure that you have your pens ready, you have your books or your papers ready so that you are ready to explore in depth to answer some of these questions. And remember, in performance tasks, we also require explanations. We need to justify our answers. And so you will also be required to do the same. All right. So for those students who are new and have never joined us here before, welcome, welcome. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As soon as this live has ended, you can go right ahead and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And for those who are here and you don't see your classmates commenting in the comment section, you can go right ahead and copy the link or click on share and send it to them on WhatsApp or in their emails so that they can come on. Remember, in a performance task, it is basically a real life situation. And if you miss the first part of it, you might not be able to understand the middle or the ending. So, with no further comments or ado, let us dive right in. All right, so this performance task is about a birthday party. So let me see those of you who have been to a birthday party before. Have you ever been to a birthday party? Just comment yes in the chat. I've been to some birthday parties as well. I've been to a few birthday parties, in fact. And I have planned some birthday parties too. And we would know that when we talk about parties, whether birthday party or any party at all, there are some things that we're definitely going to need. What are the things that we're going to need if we're planning a party? If we're planning a party, what are those things that we normally need when planning a party? Let me see you comment and tell us those in the chat. All right. So I see person said that saying that they have been to many. All right. You're gonna need a poster, you're gonna need balloon, cakes, presents, ice cream. I see lots of persons saying the things you're gonna need here. So and you're so correct. Those are some things that we definitely need when we're planning a party. A lot of you I see here have been to parties. Right. Decor, nice word, food like pizza. Oh, definitely. And we're going to need decorations. So there are plenty things that we need when we're planning a party. No, we need a lot of things when we're planning a party, but in this party, there are just some things that we need to work out on. All right. So the question says, or the problem is, you and your twin brother, so those of you who aren't twins, you're going to imagine or you're going to role play and imagine that you are pretend to be a twin brother or a twin sister. So it says you and your twin brother will be celebrating your birthday on December 1st, 2021, and so your mother is planning a party. Wow. So you and your twin brother birthday coming up in December, your mother is planning a party. Now, remember now that you're going to need all this information here for some other question down the line. So go right ahead and take your screenshot of this so that I see Sean Edwards say, people, you're so right, people. Yeah, that one. I had to point that one out. So remember to go ahead, take your screenshots so that you're able to relate to the different parts of the task as we move along to the next stages. All right. So remember now, we're going to imagine pretending, we're going to pretend to be a twin. Or if you don't want to pretend to be a twin, pretend to be a sibling of another sibling who you and them share the same birthday. All right. So go ahead, take your screenshot here. All right. So it says that you were told to invite 15 of your friends, and your brother must do the same. So you're inviting 15 of your friends, your brother inviting 15 as well. Help your mother to arrange the tables and chairs so that all the guests, as well as you and your brother, will be seated. So that is the first question, the first task that you need to complete. We're going to arrange the tables and chairs so that all the guests and you and your brother will be seated. So we don't need any extra seat for anybody. All right. So in order to do this, we need to know about those tables and those chairs. So it says there are some small tables and some large tables. Each small table can hold 4 persons, and each large table can hold 6 persons. What combination of small tables and large tables can they use? So there are some things you need to think about first. If you need to think about what combination of small tables and large tables they can use, there are some things you must think about. There are some things you must understand so far that will help you to determine how many small tables, how many large tables, and so on. Can you share in the chat what important information you must have in mind? What are some things you must bear in mind if you're to decide how many small tables and large tables are needed? All right. So Tisha Nash Sharp, welcome, says, how much people will be there? Datari says 16 plus 16 equals 32. Nalani says you must know how many guests will be there. Deidria says each small table can hold 4 persons, right? Zara says the amount of persons. Uh, right. So I see a lot of you saying how many are saying the things that we'll need. And I see Michaela Hamilton she has gone ahead and she has determined that 4 large tables and 2 small tables could work. So I want to hear from others. Michaela says that 4 large tables and 2 small tables could work, but is that the only combination? And will that work? Will that work? So, how many persons will be there at the party? First things first, we must know how many persons will be needing seats or will be seated at the party. So, can you share how many persons will be seated at the party in the chat? All right. So I see Danae Roy saying 3 small tables and 3 large tables. No worries, Can. We are actually at the first part, but you would have missed some information from the first slide. But we'll get to that. All right, so Tisha Nice says 33 people. Nalani says 32. Zara says 30. Alexia says 50. Cause you know I like explanation. She says Alexia Peart says 15 friends of the twins equals 30 because 15 plus 15. And don't forget the twins, they will be seated too. So add 2 to the 30, which would give us 32 persons. Thank you, Alexia. Great explanation. Yes, we will need 32 persons, 32 seats. 32 persons will be needed, will be seated at this party. No, we can't count in the mother, because we never say mother will be a part of the guest star part of the party. Perhaps she's catering for the party, but she doesn't need to sit. All right. So it says only the guests and your brother and you need to be seated. So I see Datari saying 4 large tables and 2 small. So I see a lot of different responses here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let us explore 4, let me see, large tables and 2 small. So how many persons will be sitting on the large tables? We know that 6 persons is sitting at the large tables. So if we have 4 tables with 6 persons, that means that would be 4 times 6, and that would be 24 persons. And then he said 2 small. So we know that at each small table, 4 persons will be there. So we're going to say 2 times 4 persons, 2 tables times 4 persons will give us 8. So these are the tables that we'll have. So now we need to see if 24 and 8 will give us 32. So 8 plus 4. Let me just align this and do the right thing. All right. So just align these since we're going to add it right here. So 8 plus 4 would be 12. 2 ones, 1 10. 2 tens plus 1 10, 3. So we have 32 here. 32 persons. So definitely we can work with 4 large tables and 2 small tables. Let me see if we have any other response here in the chat. All right. So definitely I see persons working it out. Great job, guys. Great job so far. So that is one of the responses I've seen. So we see 3 large tables, 4 small tables. Let's try that. So let me find a different color ink here. So 3 small tables. So the small tables having 4 persons, so it's 3 times 4. That will give us 12. So persons giving their answer must be showing some workout in the chat, must be giving some explanation. 3 times 4 will be 12. And what did she say again? Three small tables and 4 large tables. Let me see. Oh, she said 3 large tables and 4 small tables. So let us scrap this. 3 large, 4 small. So that means it's 3 times 6. Which would be 18 persons, 4 small tables. So 4 tables times 4 persons at each table will give us 16 persons. So now we need to go ahead and see if this amounts to the 32 persons that will be there. 6 ones plus 8 ones is 14 ones. So 4 ones can come from that, and one group of 10. 1, 2, 3 tens, 34. So this would not work because this is 34 people here. So let's see if you guys have done any other. All right, so I still see 4 large tables and 2 small tables here. I'm trying to check to see if you guys have given any other response. All right, so I'm not seeing any other response so far. So yes, we know that this one won't work. This won't work. However, this one right here is a perfect option. But tell me, is that the only seating arrangement we can have? Let me just clear what is on the screen here. All right, so Datria says 5 small tables, 2 large tables could work. Let's try that. 5 small, 2 large. So let me just clear the drawings here. She said 5 large, 5 small. So that would be 5 tables times 4 persons at the table. And too large, she said. Good. So 5 times 4 and 2 times 6. See if this really works too. All right, so 5 times 4 will give us 20 persons here. 2 times 6 will give us 12 persons here. So, and 20 and 12 will give us 32 persons. So this is a good one as well. This will work. 5 small tables and 2 large tables will definitely work as well. So you see that it's not only one, it is not only one way we can arrange these tables. So for the persons who are just joining, basically what we're doing is we're using this information here to determine how many tables and small tables and large tables mother needs to arrange or need to put out for the party, because it had said that you and your twin brother having the party, and you must invite 15 persons and your brother must do the same. But we're not seating anybody else but your guests and you and your brother. So that is what we're thinking about when we're solving this. So I'm explaining for Kankan and any Kankan Gaming and any other person who joining late. All right, so this is definitely another correct and perfect arrangement. All right, guys, great job. So of course it is not just one way of doing this, because see, we have right here, we have two options here, and if we explore some more, maybe we can come up with something else or so. All right, so this is one of the arrangements. So let me just go back. So we have 5 small and 2 large, 2 small and 4 large. So this is one of them where I have 5 small tables and 4 persons around it. So we have 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables, 4 tables, 5 small tables, and 2 large tables. So we have that. We have persons sitting around that one as well. All right, so we have persons sitting around each of these tables based on the instruction given. So this could be an arrangement. So don't feel, what should I say, taken aback, or don't feel as if you can't represent your answers using diagrams, because you can go ahead and explore using diagrams to come up with your answer. So even though I did some multiplication there that will help us real quick to come up with our answer, you can also go ahead and model this. You can go ahead and you can draw your tables, draw the small tables and keep adding persons around. Ensure it's 4 around the small, 6 around the large, and you can continue doing this to see if at or at any point you'll come up with 32 persons. So this is one arrangement, and this is another arrangement where we have 2 small tables and 4 large tables. So if you go ahead, you can also count the persons around to ensure that you have 32. All right, and those are some possible options, some possible correct answers. All right, so you have done really well, guys, so far. So let us continue. And remember, don't you can go ahead. All right, so Safia says she prefers multiplication. No problem. Whatever you prefer, go ahead and use your preferred method. Because remember now, whichever method you prefer and you understand best, that is the one you need to put out on your performance task paper, so that the persons who are marking it see that, yes, man, Sophia, understand this question, because you're explaining with whatever you prefer, whatever you understand the best. All right, so let us move on to this part. So it says at the party, there will be pizza, chicken wings, juice, and cake available. Somebody said, yes, we can have food like pizza, and that is good. Oh, Sophia. All right. Thanks, Sophia. All right. So you guys had said at the party we'll have food, and we're gonna have pizza, and here we're gonna have chicken wings, we're gonna have juice and cake. I mean, like, who keeps a party without a cake? So we definitely need cake at the party too. So with these things that will be at the party, mother is trying to decide how many pizzas to buy if there are 6 slices in a small pizza, 8 slices in a medium pizza, and 10 slices in a large pizza. Good job, Azaria James. Yes, you can go ahead and draw them as well. So with the pizzas here, it's telling you how many slices in the small. So in the small, you can see we have 6 slices here. In the medium, we have 8 slices, and in the large we have 10 slices. So this pizza right here, as it goes up in size, we have more parts, because the aim is that we want each of these slices to be almost the same size, and each child will get 1 slice. So if it is that we're going to buy pizza, we want to ensure we buy the exact amount, or stuff like that. So what we're going to look at here, I want you to help mother to decide how many pizzas she will need to buy. So remember, we have small pizza with 6 slices, medium with 8 slices, and large with 10 slices. Go ahead and work this one out. All right, so Datria says 2 medium pizzas, 1 small pizza, and 1 large pizza. I'm going to go ahead and yes, can chicken tenders. I forgot that too. Next time I'm creating one of these, I'm going to put chicken tenders. All right, so 2 large pizzas. Deidre Johnson says that 1 small and 1 large. 2 medium, 1 small, 1 large. All right, so 2 medium will give us how many slices? Let's just go right ahead and explore that to see if it's a correct response. So she says 2 medium. So 1 medium has 8 slices. So 2 medium then will have 2 times 8, that is 16 slices. And she said 1 small, which will have 6 slices, and 1 large, which will have 10 slices. So we need to see then if this amounts to 32 slices. So 16 plus 6 will give us 22, and 10 will give us 32. So definitely this is a really good option. So we have 2 medium, 1 small, 1 large. That is a really good combination of pizzas. All right. All right. So Kaylee says that we can get 1 small, 1 medium, 2 large. Let's try that one out. 1 small, 1 medium, 2 large. So 1 small is 6, 1 medium is 8, and 2 large is 20 slices. So let us see what's going on here. So 6 plus 8 is 14, and 20 would be 34. So Kaylee, this one won't work. This one won't work because we need 32 slices of pizza. So this one right here won't work. All right, so go ahead and try again. Let's try again. Let me see what other options you have. All right, Jake One Wisdom says 4 small and 1 medium. So 4 small would be 4 times 6, which would be 24 slices, and 1 medium would be 8. So 24 plus 8, that is 32. Awesome. Great, Jake One Wisdom. Awesome. That is a good combination as well. I see 2 large, 2 small by Davisha James, and we can have several combinations. So I'm just gonna try a few of these. And because there are a lot of you here, I won't be able to try them all, right? So I'm gonna try um D James, 2 large pizza, 2 small. So 2 small would be 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 10 is 20. Yes, this one works. 12 plus 20 is 32 slices. So this one works. Awesome. So that is definitely a correct option as well. All right. So 1 small, 1 medium, 2 large. I think we just tried that one, right, guys? I I think we just tried that one. One small, one medium, 8 plus 6, 14. Yes, that one didn't work because that gave us 34 slices. All right. So I see Jada K. Brown says two large, two medium, and four leftovers. But we don't want any leftover because we can buy the exact amount of slices we need based on the different number of slices in each pizza. So we don't want any leftover. We're buying so that we have exact amount. We're not leaving over any pizza. All right. Mommy didn't say she want any pizza. So we're buying the exact amount. So these are some possible combinations that we have worked out here. Great. So let me see, two large, two small. Oh, we just worked that one. All right. So yes, four small, one medium. Did we try that one? Oh, yes, we did. All right. So we have tried several of these here. And bear in mind that we have different combinations. Once you can come up with 32 slices at the end, no leftover, and you're not short because all those 32 children need their pizza. So once you come up with your 32 slices, then you are definitely on the ball. All right, go ahead, take your screenshot of this. I know that some of you would have had your working out in your books, which is awesome, by the way, because I love when you take your notes. So, in future, when it's coming closer down to the exam, you can go back and look and say, yes, man, we work one similar to this and so on, because we don't know how the performance task will be as yet. So let's go right ahead to the next question. All right. So yes, Tamika, we did work on four small and one medium. See right here, four small, one medium, and we got our 32 slices. So go ahead, guys, ensure you have taken your screenshot so that you have this for future reference. All right. So let us move on. Now, mother is also trying to decide which bucket deal makes more sense. If she's to save money and each person can get three pieces of wings each. So now mother now need to go and buy the chicken wings and she want to know which bucket deal make more sense because she spent so much money already for this party and she wants to save even a little money when she buying the wings here. So she's thinking of Buster's Wings. That's a place that does wings. I'm not sure if it exists in real life. And she's thinking of buying it from Buster's Wings or from JFC Wings. So she need to make a decision. She gonna buy some JFC wings or she gonna buy some Buster's Wings. Now the information below here tells us the cost for different number of pieces of wings. So we're going to use this information here to make the more economical choice, right? And we have done this before where I asked you what economical mean, and you guys would have shared with me. Let me see if you remember, what does economical mean? If you're going to talk about, yeah, man, Josiah, I know I put JFC. All right, so that is the name of this wings place, this place that does chicken. All right. So Kankan says he or she thinks we would add, but what are we really going to add? So can you guys share and tell me what do we mean when we talk about economical choice? We're talking about economical choice. What we're talking about? Definitely. It means that to save money. So related to money economical, yes, man, because it's money we're talking about here, saying Alexia. So um the Michael says save money. Michaela says giving good value. All right. So basically, we're talking about saving money. So Sophia White says saving money. Definitely. Economical choice mean low value, saving money, So it's basically, you go to shop and you see two things, same something costing two different money. You take the cheaper one, kind of same something. So you're thinking about the more economical value. Awesome. So we have Buster's wings, we have JFC wings. Now, First things first, there are some things that we must there are things that we must consider when we're doing stuff like this. Must. It is a must. So if it is that we need to determine which one is the best choice or the better choice, we must decide how many pieces of wings we need to have in all, right? Can you guys tell me? How many pieces of wings does mother need to buy in all? Or, because if you're gonna buy these bucket deals, you might have an extra wing left over, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because once it is still the more economical choice. If you have a one wing over or a two wing over or so, we can work on that, because say we buy 10 wings and we buy 10 wings and that costs $10. But if we had bought a dozen wings, it would cost say $9 something, or it's the same $10. Wouldn't you just buy that one instead for the 12 wings? All right, so we need to decide how many pieces of wings. So I see Deidre say 32 pieces, Jahim says 32, Christine Campbell says 96, Nalani says 96. Can you guys explain how you got your answers? All right, so the Devasha, I'm sorry, D James says 32 multiplied by 3 equals 96. Why are we multiplying by 3? Why are we multiplying 32 by 3, guys? Tell me, explain that to me. Write a sentence or two explaining why. So Tisha Nice says 96 wings as well. And I love it when you guys write your answers in sentences, because having just 32 and 96 and those numbers there, really and truly, I'm just over here assuming what you mean. All right. So it's best that you write your answer in a little sentence so I know. All right. So the Michael says, um, I add the 30 pieces plus 2 pieces. Okay, so he's already telling us the answer. But we don't want to talk about that part as yet. I want you to tell me why we're multiplying that 32 by 3. So Kaylee says because each person will be getting 3 pieces of wings. And Michaela says 96 because 32 times 3 equal 96. Reason being is because each person gets 3 wings. Nalani is saying the same thing. And Jada K. Brown saying the same thing as well. Ramar saying the same thing. Guys, you are so on the ball, and I totally agree with you. Yes, we must multiply 32 pitney, 32 children by 3 pieces of wings, because we want to give each child 3 pieces of wings. Definitely. So you are so correct. And of course, yes, Ariana Grant, we could have added them 32 3 times. So we can use any of the ways we prefer. So it means then that 96 wings is what mother needs to buy. All right, so go ahead and tell me which one is the best or the better choice. And if you're gonna say Buster's wings, you need to say Buster's wings is the better choice or the more economical choice because, and if you're gonna say JFC wings, you're gonna say JFC wings is the more economical choice because. So don't just tell me JFC wings or Buster's wings. You need to send your explanation in the same message. So I'll be here and I'm waiting for some explanation from you guys. So I want to see how did you come up with your choices, whether it's Buster's wings or JFC wings. All right, so go ahead. I know you have your pens and your books down, so go ahead and do some calculations here. All right, thank you for that, Kankan. All right, so I should be seeing you guys sharing which one. All right, so Ronaldo says JFC wing have the least money, but you need to show some calculations, man. You need to tell me why, Ronaldo. You need to tell me why you think JFC wings will cost less money. You must have your data, your calculations to back this up. So Gianna Crossdale says Miss she would buy JFC wings because it has lower price and she wants to save money. Remember now, guys, I don't see any calculation there. We need to have that. All right. So you can't just write JFC. You need to have your explanation there. We need to justify our answers. All right. So Jada K says we'll buy them from Busters because we are going to buy two 35 pieces and one 25 piece because they both add up to 96 wings. All right, Jada K, let us try this out. Let us try this out. So we are going to, so you say we're going to, let me go back and look. Two 35 piece and one 25 piece. But remember now, you must be comparing it with something from JFC now, so two 35 piece and two 25 piece. And one 25 piece. Let me go. Two 35 piece. So 35 piece costs 4,200. And we want two of that. And the 25 piece costs 3,200. We want one of that. So we're going to put them here and we're going to add to see how much all of this is going to come to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add this to see what this will come to. All right, so all these 01s, 10s, we have 2, 4, 600s, hundreds. We have 4 and 4, 8,000 plus 3,000, $11,600. So we're gonna spend this at Buster's Wing, $11,600. So what will we spend then at JFC Wings? Jada K, where are you again? Because remember, I know we're comparing here. So even though yes, we talk about what we could buy from Buster's Wings, and you said all of this add up to 96. So we need to also double check that because we don't really want to move on. So we said 35 plus 35 is 70, and 70 plus 25. So basically this would not give us 96 wings. So we're really going to need to add some other wings to it. So 35 plus 25 will not give us 96 wings. So we need to double check some of these things as well. All right, so I'm seeing lots of things here going on. All right, so 5 plus 5, 15. 110. So we have 4, 7, 95 wings here. We'll be short one wings. So we're going to have to buy these 2-piece wings here. So Jada K. And the 2-piece, so that would give us 97 wings then. But nothing is wrong if we have a wing over because we might not be able to get the exact amount here anyway. So 97 wings this would come to. So we need to add on that $250 for the other 2 pieces of wings. So that means we're going to add 250 right here. And this would mean then for Buster's Wings, if we're using the combination that you have, it means then that we're going to have 11,850 right here. All right. So let me just go right ahead and just look at what you guys are doing and just calculate that whilst I'm here with you. All right. So let me scroll up a little so I can see some of these calculations. All right. So Denise says JFC is better than Buster Wings because it's cheaper. The Buster Wings 30. All right. So we have to compare. So we have to be talking about the two different costs. All right. So Mia Lanell says JFC Wings $4,050 multiply. Where did you get $4,050? Think about what we have here. All right, so let me scroll down to see what we have. We have to be comparing, guys. So we can't, in one sentence, we can't just be talking about Buster's wings and not mention JFC wings. All right, so I'm looking here. All right, so I'm not seeing you guys doing any comparing. No, mom, not getting any. Remember saying, is mom just catering to the party so that um you and your twin brother and you guys 15 guests each, which is the 32 persons, is just 32 persons. But look at this now. If it is that we have one piece leave over, mom can take that if she want, don't it? But we're not catering for mom. We're catering for the 50, the 13, the 30 guests and the two persons celebrating their birthday. All right. So I need to see you guys comparing in the same message, because we can't be talking about one and not talk about the other. So Gianna Crossdale says the reason she picked JFC wings is because if you add 3,800 two times, all right, and 2,600, then you would get 10,200, and it is lower than what you would have to pay for at Busters with 11,600. All right, remember that 11,600 at Busters can't buy 96 wings, it's 95 wings. So it's really 11,850. Uh so you're saying that would be cheaper, but we need to check first though, Gianna. Those combinations that you have, you said 3,008 two times. So you're saying 30 plus 30, 60 pieces of wings right there. And 2, 6, you said. So that would be in 20 pieces of wings. And that is only 80 pieces of wings. So we really cannot think about it like that. We have to think about it where talking about, we're talking about the 96 wings. So first we need to think about that. So I'm gonna clear everything that we have here on screen and we're gonna start fresh. All right. So first we know we need 96 wings. We are sure we need 96 wings because we're catering for those, and we have calculated that already. So here, in order to get 96 wings from Buster's Wings, we can either we can either we can add 35 plus 35, which we just did. So 35 plus 30, let me just use this. So we could have 25 pieces plus 35 plus another 35. So 35, and we're gonna add plus 2. That will give us 97 wings. Remember, we just calculated that a while ago. So that will give us 97 pieces of wings. So that is one combination that we can have up here. So if we think about this and we do our calculations here, so we add for 25, we add 3,200. Let me just write that here, 3,200 plus 42, so 4,200 plus another 4,200 because we're doing 2 buckets of 35 pieces, plus those 2 wings, which is 250. That would be equal to, go ahead and do your calculations. I'm just going to calculate here for in the interest of time as well and space that we have on our board. So this would be 11,850. So 11,850. So that is what it would cost for these wings. I'm going to color code it, so I'm going to ensure that we have different calculations in different colors. That is one combination up there. So we're going to do another combination for Buster's wings before we move on. So we're going to do at least 2 combinations for Buster's wings and at least 2 for JFC. All right, so what other combination could we have of Buster's wings? So we could have, let me see. All right, so we could have had 35 pieces twice, and we could have, and that means we would have what? 35 plus 35 would be 70. So let me write that here. 35 plus 35 would be 70 pieces, and that would mean then we are left with 26 pieces. So 26 pieces more we have, that means then we can buy 13 sets of 2 pieces, because 13 times 2 will give us 26. So we can buy 13 sets of 2 pieces. So we're going to write 35 plus 35 uh plus, so we're going to buy how many of this again? 13. So 13 times 2, or not really 13 times 2, but 13 times 250. I'm just going to go ahead and let me just put a bracket here so we see exactly what we're working. 13 times 250. Let me just explain that for those who are not getting it yet. 13 times 250, because we know that if we buy 13 of these 2 pieces, we're going to get the 26 wings that would be missing, because we buy 35 plus 35 would be 70, and the next 26 would bring it to 96. So 13 times 2, or maybe I should have 2, would give us the 26 here. Let me go add that right there. So that means we will have our 96 wings, and these 2 combinations that we have up here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to work this one out. So I see a lot of you doing some calculations here in the chat, but it's a lot to go by. All right. All right, so I see Azaria James giving me some for JFC. So let me just work quickly with this one here. So if we have 35, that is $4,200 plus another $4,200 plus 13 times 250. 13 times $250. So 13 times $250 would give us $3,200. All right, so we can just replace that, or maybe not. I kind of want you guys to see what we're working out. So what would that be? $3,250, or rather, let me $3,250. So we're able to add. So we are adding these to see what this will come to. I know you guys can do your additions. So, you know, I'm just going ahead and I'm quickly working them out because I see you guys actively working your thing out anyway. So this would be $11,650, which is actually cheaper than the option that we have up here. So this is $11,650. And that is another option that we can use for Buster's Wings. Now, we're going to just move on to JFC Wings. And I saw where I got, all right, so Azariah is saying that we could multiply 30 by 3. So that would be 90. And then we multiply 2 times 3, that would be 6, and that would give us. So she says that we can use that as our option. So let me change up this little color here. So she says 30, so we're going to have 30 plus 30. We're going to add 33 times. Of course, you can go ahead and do your multiplication. And then we're going to add the 2 3 times, because this will give us 96, she says. And I agree, it will give us 96. So we can definitely work with that. 96 wings. That is one option. All right. So that gives us 96 wings. Now we need to calculate how much money this will be. So 30 wings is $3,800. We're going to add that to another $3,800. Another $3,800. And we're going to add $250, $250, and the final $250. And that will give us, so go ahead and do your calculations. All right, so I got $12,150 for this. So, I mean, this is proving more expensive than Buster's wings, don't you think? This is more expensive than Buster's wings. More expensive than Buster's wings. Let me see if you guys have another combination for JFC. All right, so I see you guys with the same combination for JFC. But what if we decided that we wanted to just buy, we want 96 wings. What if we just buy some two-piece combos or some two-piece deals? That means then if we have 96 wings and we want some two-piece meals, it means then we're going to divide 96 by 2, and that will give us 48 meals. So 48 two-piece combos. So let us go ahead with that. So we're going to multiply 2 times, find a different color. We're going to multiply 2. So we have, we're going to do 2 times 48. Because that will give us 96 wings, right? So, or we could say 48 times 2, that will give us 98 wings. So we want 48 two-piece meals, two-piece wings, two-piece wings meals or so, and we'll have 96 wings in all. Ensure you're checking in and ensure that I am correct. And if I'm not correct with that, feel free to always, yes, Alexia, great. Feel free to always correct me. All right, so let us look then. So if we have 2 times 48 pieces of wings to give us 98 wings, it means that we're going to multiply how much for each two piece? $250 by 48 meals, and that will give us all right, nobody has worked that. It will give us $12,000. And if you look at this, it is still more expensive than the Buster's wings. So if you look at this, you'd realize that Amoya, if you're just joining, perhaps you would have missed out on some. But you can go right ahead for the persons who are late as well, and you can go ahead and watch this back over at the end of this, where you'll see all parts of the question. All right, so here we have Buster's wings. We decide on 2 combination and we're in the 11,000 odd. But look at JFC wings. Is pure 12,000 at the meals coming to? Yes, man. I know it's 97 wings, Michaela, because in order to use this combination, in order to get the ensure that everybody gets, we ended up with 97 wings. I was using a combination that was shared with us by one of you guys, but it would have been short of 1 wing, so we had to buy one of the two-piece meal to ensure that we have at least 96 wings. So we need at least 96 wings. So if we have 97, no problem. If we have 9, well, we don't need to, we might not need to have 98. I'm not sure based on the calculations that we're going to go through, but at least 96 wings is what we need. All right, and once it is cheaper than the other place, the other wings place, we can work with it as well, because even though we're going to have 1 extra wings here, it is still cheaper than if we were buying 96 wings from JFC wings. So if you look at what is happening here, you'd realize that buying it from JFC wings would be more expensive than buying it from Buster's wings. So the more economical choice would be to buy it from Buster's wings. All right, so ensure guys you have taken a screenshot of this so you have it to go back and look at. The more economical choice here would be Buster's wings. All right, and thank you for those who are really following with me. And for the ones who did not did not reach the end the same time as us, no problem. Because you can always go back and pause and watch and ensure that you're matching the answers with the one that you have worked out. All right, guys. So great job so far. In fact, I'm really proud of your explanations and your workout so far. So let us move on to our another question. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the board. All right. So the final thing that mother needs to decide is the size of the cake to buy. You know, when people planning party, you know, them wondering, will this cake share for everybody? Will that cake share for everybody? And so on. You know, so mother needs to decide on the size cake. Now she plans to share half of the cake for the twins and their friends and keep back the remaining half. So whatever cake mother going to buy, she gonna cut it in half, and one of the half them she going to share it up for the 32 children, the twins and their 30 friends. That is her plan. All right. So she's gonna keep back the next half. So she might go maybe she's gonna put it in our fridge so the twins can have it to eat for the rest of the summer or so on. All right. So it says now if the dimensions of the cake mother chooses are are 60 centimeters by 32 centimeters, what size cake will each person get? So basically what we're doing here, we need to figure out what size cake will you get? Will your twin brother get? Will one of your friend get the other friend? Because everybody gonna get the same size. All right. So everybody gonna get the same size. So what size will each person get? So remember now, we need to take some things in consideration. And we're almost at the end of this performance task. We have this one and a final question that will not take a lot of rigor as these. So I want you guys to go ahead on your own, and I'll be right here asking questions as well to guide you. Go ahead and work this out. So you have the dimensions 60 centimeters by 32 centimeters. That is the cake that mother decide to buy. So if it is that she's going to keep back half of this cake and share up only half of it with the children, you know, what size will each person get if each person will get an equal portion? All right, Jada K says half of the cake is 92 centimeters. Why would you say 92 centimeters? All right, so I see more than one person says half of the cake is 92 centimeters. Now, if we have a dimension like this, if the dimensions are 6 centimeters by 32 centimeters, what shape this cake going to be? First question for you guys to start thinking about this task. What shape will this cake be? Go ahead and share in the chat. What shape will this cake be? Because we need to understand that, you know, we need to understand what shape will it be. So if you know the shape, yes, it will be a rectangle. It will be a rectangle. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to draw that rectangle cake. So I'm going to draw this rectangle cake here. So I'm going to draw the rectangle cake, and I'm also going to put in some dimensions, you know, to keep us on ball. So the longer side would be 60 centimeters. And the short side would be 32 centimeters. Great. It will be, all right. So I see person saying it will be a square, but what do we know about a rectangle and what do we know about a square? Because if one side of this will be 60 centimeter and the other side will be 32 centimeters, it is telling us that the lengths of the sides are not the same. And that means that it cannot be a square, because we know that a square, which is also a quadrilateral, has 4 equal sides. The length of all the sides in a square are equal. So this cake will take on a shape of, well, the cake is really going to be a solid, like a cuboid. But if we're going to look at one one face of the cake here, we know that we will have 60 centimeters by 32 centimeters. So with that in mind, can you tell me what size is the entire cake? I mean, what size is the entire cake? You can think about that. You can either think about what size the entire cake is, or you can go ahead and cut this cake in half and say what length each this part will be and this part will be, and go ahead and tell me what size cake will be shared up for this for the children. All right. So we have different ways. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you. All right. So Michaela said a square, all sides are equal. So let us go and try to work this out. We need to use a concept in math here to work this out. What concept do you think we need to use to figure out the size of this cake? As a person sending, all right, so Nalani says half of the cake would be 960 centimeter. But is it 960 centimeter? If we're talking about the size of the cake, what concept in math is it that we're exploring? And would the unit be written properly? Would the unit miss something? So Nalani says 1920 would be the size of the whole cake. But yes, Zamir Michael, we're looking at area. Yes, Jamari, welcome. So we're looking at the area of the cake. Definitely. And if we're measuring in area, if we're finding area, we are measuring in squared units. So with your explanation here, you would have missed off your little square, don't it? Yes, man. So you need to put on your square with your answer. I know for some device you might not be able to put up the superscript little 2, but you can just write another 2 there. I'll understand what you're trying to do after the centimeters. All right. So yes, as Nalani says, it will be 1,920, but you did not say square though, Nalani, but 1,920 squared centimeters would be the measurement of the entire cake. And she also went ahead and she said that half of that would mean, which it is half of the cake. So let me just go and find half of the cake. Half of that, this is not drawn to scale. I'm attempting to divide the cake in half. All right, so half of that, she says, if everything is 1,920, if she divide that by 2, or if any of you divide that by 2, you'd get 960 square centimeter for one size of the cake. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to write it right here. 960 square centimeter. That is the measurement for the part of the cake that we're going to share up for the children. All right. So if it is that we have 32 children, we have 32 children to get cake. What size will each person get if each of them must be getting the same size? So I'm waiting to see further explanations and workout in the chat. Because now that we're able to identify half of the cake that mother chose, and we know the size of the half of the cake, we also know the size of the entire cake, but we know the size of the half that the children will get. We are able to now decide, what portion will each child get. How do you think we're going to work this out? All right, Nalani says each child would get a 30 square centimeter piece of cake. How did you work that out, Nalani? How did you figure that out? I see Zamir says 960 centimeters square divided by 32 is equal to 32 square centimeter. All right. All right. So Lishi McDonald says you add 62 times and 32 times and get 184. Remember now, if we are going to share up the inside part of the cake, Lishi, we can't be working on the measurements around. When we're calculating the measurements around a closed figure, around a polygon, around a square, a rectangle, we are definitely working on the perimeter. So if we add 60 twice and 32 twice, we would have found the perimeter of the cake. But we are going to be sharing up the inside of the cake, this part of the cake, the surface of the cake, the body of the cake. And so instead of finding the perimeter, Lishi McDonald, we will be finding the area. And the area has to do with the surface area of a figure. So it means the inside part. So if we can think about it around that figure, we can talk about as the perimeter, but inside on the surface, that is the area. All right, so let's think about it like that. So we will be finding the area. So I'm seeing persons here explaining that each child will get 30 square centimeter piece of cake, and they have explained. Some of them are explaining that. I'm not seeing enough explanations here so far, but I have at least seen one correct explanation. So yes, we have 32 students to get from 960 square centimeter. We need to divide this up for 32 students. And so 960 divided by 32 will give us 30 square centimeter. So you are so right when you said that each child will get 30 squared centimeters of cake. Awesome. You guys are really on the ball. So here, what I would have done, I would have already gone ahead and calculated the area of the entire cake, and then I halved it. So mother can keep back half and share up half. And the half that you're going to share up would be 960 square centimeter, and then I divided that for the 32 students. But we could have also um cut the cake in half, and since we know that one long part there says 60, we could have said, okay, so this part would be 30, and we multiply the 30 by the 32, I would still get our 960 square centimeter. So we could work it different ways, and whichever way you work it, once we can arrive at the same correct answer, then by all means take your own route. All right, and don't forget, guys, that you also need to have an explanation for this. You always need to have an explanation for this, which some of you have shared in the chat. All right, greatly share. I see that you have um understood, I suppose, with your comment. All right, so each child will get 30 squared centimeter of cake. Great. All right, so okay, so Nalani has her explanation. She says she divided 960, which is the other half of the cake, by 32, since there are 32 children, and she got 30. So each child would get a 30 centimeter size piece of cake. Yes, a 30 square centimeter piece of cake. Definitely, guys, definitely. And remember, I love to see you guys explain here in the chat, because as I said before, performance tasks ask for reasoning. It wants you to explain and justify answers. All right, so let us move on to the final part of this task. We are at the end of this task, guys, and we have this final part to help or to think about or to help mother with. So it says mother is always busy with work and barely has time for anything else. So mother is always busy with work, her job and so on. We don't know what job mother does, but she's always busy with that job. So if today is July 31st, which it is, 2021, how many days does mother have to plan the party? Now remember, guys, when will the party be? When is the twins' birthday? Remind us, because we have persons who joined late. So remind us, like Kan says he came on late. So remind us then, when will be the twins' birthday? We started with that information. And if we know when the twins' birthday will be, and we know today's date, we can therefore calculate, we can calculate how many days mother have to plan the party. So let me see now, guys. All right. So Michaela says December 1. Nalani December 1. Yes, guys, I like when you guys take notes. Maya December 1, 2020. So same time this year, December 1. Yes, Devesha. December 1, 2021. So December 1st is when the birthday, 2021 is when the twins will be celebrating their birthday. And if today is July 31st, 2021, how many days are there till their birthday? How many days will mother have to plan for the party? Go ahead and do your calculation, guys. So for those who have joined late, there you go. The others would have helped us with when the party will be, and we know what today's date is. How many days? All right, so Jada K says 4 months, but remember we're asking about days. All right, so Azaria says 124 days. We're asking about days, guys, not months. So we have to pay attention to detail. Leonardo says 123 days. There are some things that we must, and Alexia says 123 days too. There are some things we must bear in mind when we're thinking about these things, because we are very sure. All right, K Powell, 964 months. Not understanding there. Remember now, guys, that all the months don't have the same amount of days, right? And if this is July, that means we're going into August, and August has how many days? Let us check that up right there. Let me just annotate and start writing. So August has 31 days. All right, and then we have September. September has how many days now? How many days September has? All right, okay, understood, no problem. September has 30 days. October has, all right, so this is the thing that we always say, 30 days of September, April, June, and November. All the rest has 31 except February alone. Okay, good. So September, October has 31 days. So I'm going to write October has 31 days. And then November, it says November has 30 days. All right, so November has 30 days. And so at the end of November, then it will be the 1st of December. So that will be the 1 month in this 1 day in December. So we're just gonna write December. And we're gonna write just, December 1 is equal to 1 day. So we're gonna write that. So we have all these days here. We have all these days here. So we have 31 days plus 30 days. So let us go calculate these 30 days plus 31 days plus another 31 days plus 30 days plus the 1 day in December, which is the day of the birthday, would be 123 days. So, yes, the persons who said 123 days, you are definitely correct, because it would be 123 days left before the before the party will start. So, mother has 123 days left to plan the party. All right, so I hope you understand how we come up with 123 days. I see persons sharing that. So, yes, we would have an understanding then that it would be 123 days. Awesome. All right, guys. So now that we are at the end, I want to thank you for your participation. Thank you wholeheartedly for your participation. I mean, I only come here, I only come on live just for you guys. And I know that a lot of you would be okay. So Jamara says, why would we include the birthday? Because she at least have the morning of that day to do some planning. So she can still continue with her planning on the day of the birthday. Because what if the birthday party is in the afternoon or so, and really and truly the December 1st starts 12 a.m., the midnight before sun come out that day. So she has those hours before the party to begin to plan, which would still be December 1st. All right. So I want to thank you guys again for being here with us. Thank you for participating. I loved your participation in the chat. And I'll see you next time. And for those who came on late, you can always go back using the same link and watch this from start to finish. And you can pause it if you wish and work out, but you might not need to pause it because we were working with a particular pace. So we were working with the pace and so on. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Danae. I love you guys too. All right. So you can always go back and watch the video in your time. And for your friends who missed it and your classmates who missed it, and if we're teachers here, for your students who missed it, feel free to pass the link on. I mean, it's summer, but performance task exam is still coming up. All right. So if it is that we have the time and we're interested in learning a little and keeping our brain juice flowing, you can always go ahead and do some practice. And I'll try my best to come on here and do some performance task with you guys. Sometimes I might not be able to advertise it, like plan and schedule it. Sometimes I just decide to come on and I just do one without any notice. So it is important that you guys subscribe to the channel and ensure that you click on that notification bell. So as soon as I come on live, you're one of the first to be there and not miss anything. All right. So once again, guys, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Enjoy your next week. Next week is holiday. So enjoy.